Hello, hello. Hi, Omar. How are you?
I'm good, Eddie. Thank you. How are you?
Uh, I'm good. I'm good. Where are you? Are you in Cairo now or in Dubai?
Yes, I'm in Cairo.
Okay, good. Okay, so let's talk about your experience in the program. When did you graduate, by the way?
That's a good question. I think 3 weeks ago, so almost on the 1st of November, around
Okay,
that time.
cool. And tell me, did you fund your account? Did you start? Are you trading right now? So tell me, where are you?
Yes, so I funded the account and I went live. And sorry, I had live trading. Yeah, so just did my first transaction today.
Okay, beautiful, good. So if we go back 3 months from now, what was your biggest hesitation before joining the mentorship?
My biggest hesitation, so I had actually a very strong conviction with this one, but my problem was the timing and my busy schedule I mean, in the past 3 months, mainly because I had a duration of around 1.5 months where I was almost on travel basis, which would have been hard. So that was my biggest hesitation was from a personal side more. However, I had a good conviction with the course itself and based on the 1 day session that we had in Cairo and based on follow up. I mean, I would say self study or self exploration to get to understand the strategy more. So I was convinced with it. My big, or at least my biggest worries, I mean, in terms of that was the return. So that's at least, I mean, the 24% was okay. So I understood the thinking behind it and the math, but I needed, I
Oh,
would say,
for
some.
you, 24 was low or high? Like, what do you mean the return?
So the 24 was actually good, but it was, I mean, I've not seen it myself, so at least that's how I.
Ah, okay. So you were questioning whether it's achievable.
Yes, exactly. I was
Got it.
questioning whether it's achievable or not. Yes, and
Okay,
I
got it.
mean now with 3 months into it with the paper account, I got almost 4.5, 5%. Well, the market was down a bit in the past week, so it went down. But in general, over a course of 3 months, I got like 4.5, 5%. And out of this, around 1 month, I mean, we were doing like random purchase without
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
putting the right mindset into it. So I think it would have been a good at least 2% continuous if we started from day one
Yeah. So
trying
if
to.
you forget about the first month in paper trading, it seems like you made more than 2% in the paper trading. And remember, there's a lot of mistakes in the beginning as well, because in the paper
Of
trading
course.
in the beginning, yeah. Okay. So overall, I guess what I'm hearing is that it helped you that you've proven to yourself in the paper trading that actually this is doable.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it. So what specific results have you achieved during this 12 weeks in terms of learning, in terms of like, if you, what is the main two things or three things that you achieved in terms of results?
The main things were the hands-on experience. That to me was the biggest one. Getting I mean, understanding. I mean, I've traded for the past 4.5, 5 years, almost but it was mostly index investing, so it was very basic. But with SPY, but then with this time now, I got to understand more the IBKR application, got to navigate it a bit also the overall, I mean, the analysis. I mean, one of the big things as well that I was looking into as I was going into this course was the analysis. I mean, how to analyze stocks, and the tools that you showed us was really helpful in that regard to and play with the different parameters to see what companies fit my criteria more. So this to me were the biggest learnings.
Okay, and how had this impacted your confidence overall? Hmm.
What increased my confidence significantly was the hands-on session. So also the homework that you asked of us. I mean, this was very helpful to get the hands-on experience. I mean, pressing the wrong buttons here or there. So this also helps with the learnings. Setting up the view, whether on the portfolio or on the watch list, and all of that. So
Mhm.
this also increased my confidence to really know that what to look at the right things. I mean, I mean, tons of data, so you
Mhm.
can look at the tons of data, but you will reach an analysis paralysis situation. So knowing what really to focus on and what to look at is was what increased a lot my confidence.
Okay. If there is one thing that 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 basically made a big difference? What was the most valuable lesson you learned that made a difference in your investing journey? There's one thing.
Uh, the hands-on experience,
Okay.
really the hands-on experience. Yes.
Okay. And the hands-on experience, what do you mean by that?
I mean, doing actual trades or doing trades in the paper account. I mean, you're given lots sums of a lot of money and the paper trading. So doing actual transactions with small companies, big companies. I mean, even taking a couple of risks on things, whether it's short term or a very, I mean, company with high volatility over a short term, over the long term. So, I mean, even you gave us some specific requests, but it gave us the confidence to even go out of those boundaries a bit and play with it, and knowing that it's not real money. So this helped a lot with.
Okay.
I mean, this was the biggest learning for me, and having the hands-on coaching. I mean, the with every session you ask people to share their screen and all of that. This was very helpful to see the thinking process, the thought process as I go through the portfolio, the decisions to. I mean, what do we do with the cleanup and all of that? This was very helpful. Also, seeing even the other colleagues and what they have done. This also
Mhm.
helped, to get a
The
bit out
learning
of
experience. Yeah.
learning experience as well was very helpful.
So options is a very complex. Did you have any experience with options before the course?
No,
No.
I know that it's
So,
derivatives and it's complex thing.
okay.
That's about.
Okay. How did this program simplify the options investing for you? Because it's a complex topic. How did it simplify it to the point where you're basically feeling okay and confident right now? What
I
was the
think
main
what you've done well is that you've really encapsulated it in a very nice way, encapsulated in a digestible way. So I
Mm,
mean, with somebody who, I mean, I knew nothing of options. I only heard the term, but didn't really know what it means. I mean, I looked at one video one time, put and calls and all of that. It sounded too complex, so I just did not even continue the video. But you summed it up in a very nice way, and that's what I like. Also, one of the things I like the most about this course is, I mean, as you said, I mean, at the beginning, most of the information is out there. I mean,
mm.
you can go ahead and look it up, but you really sum it up very well. And this worked well for me as well with my busy schedule to be able to understand the concepts in a condensed manner, I would say.
Yeah. And I think the progression of the 12 weeks, so that I give you a digestible portion every week, that helps as well. Because when you just dump on anybody a lot of information at the same time, they get retain nothing. So the fact that every week we added one more layer of intelligence to what we had before, I think this might help.
Yes, I mean the gradual increase in the information was also very nice. I
Okay.
liked it a lot.
Usually people are very confused in the first 3, 4 weeks because there's a lot of things that go your way. At a certain point in the program, in the 12 weeks, things start to click together. When was that for you? Which week was, you know what? I'm put like, it seems like it's coming together, all of it.
I think it was around middle of the program. I think around between 6 and 8, week six
Okay.
and eight. I believe this is where things started to make sense, and I was like, okay, now I'm starting to think actively. Okay, well, I mean, when am I going to start the live trading and
Mm,
all of that, and then it kind of made sense for me, and also seeing at least 1.5 months or 2 months of returns. So this is where
mm,
it made sense. Okay, this is now okay. I see it already achieved the 1%, 2% a
mm,
month. So
mm,
it is achievable the 24 over the course of a year. So that
mm.
was also a big aha for me. Um, and yeah, what also helped is, I mean, with this, I mean, part of the daily activity and going daily, it helped to calibrate and raise a lot of questions, especially at the beginning. We had a lot of questions and we bombard you with those questions, and then you would either answer them or say that, yeah, it will come later.
Mm.
But this also helped a lot. So I think I would say by week 8, I was fairly confident to go live, but I would say, okay, let's wait until
Yeah, let's
the
wait a little
end
bit. Okay.
just to make sure. Yeah, there is also some other elements that you cover, which I believe is very important and a big portion of it, which is the psychology element behind the investing. Because while you might know the ins and outs and the buttons, the psychology plays a big role in that. And I did read before on some material on stocks investing, and most of the experts would say that psychology is a big part of it. And you said that as well in the course. And having done, I see trading, but with only index fund over the past years, I've got to experience that myself. So it kind of clicked as well when I heard it from you and through the course of
Okay.
this
So
work.
this gets me to the next question. You talked about the 12 weeks. What do you think of the 12 weeks, the structure and the cadence of it? And is it enough or should it be 8 weeks? Like is 12 weeks the optimum? And comment on the structure and the cadence of it. How did it help?
Um, I think it was good. I wouldn't reduce it to 8 weeks unless maybe you're dealing with more expert people who have done maybe trading before, but I wouldn't shorten it at this phase, especially that I mean, but depending on the group. I mean, if you have people who are
Oh,
relatively new to
for you,
this,
would it have been better 10 weeks or 14 weeks or 12
for
weeks?
me maybe yeah. I mean, shorter would have been okay for me. I wouldn't have
Okay.
minded.
Okay. So 10 weeks would have been okay for you. Okay, got it.
Yes.
And the idea that it's 10 weeks and it's not a 2 day course, because a lot of people pushing me to do that as well. Why don't you just give it to us in a 2 day course? The fact that it's 10 weeks, uh, no.
The assignments that you give week after week. So between the 1 week and another, maybe somebody grasps the lesson. I mean, and during the time of the course, during the 1 hour, but then you need to really have the hands-on session. And I believe this hands-on triggers lots of questions and hands-on experience. I personally believe in the learning called the 70-20-10, which is 70% you do by doing, 20 by networking,
Yeah.
and 10 through lectures and theoretical stuff. So,
Okay.
so the 70 is really in the hands-on. And that to me was the most beneficial. So compressing it in 2 days, that's the 10%. You can
I
do
agree.
that,
Yeah. Yeah.
but people will probably
But
not
it's only
retain.
10%. I agree. That's why it's still the mentorship program. Okay, good. Next question. How did the mentor, basically me, help you? What is the main things that I did that helped you, that made the experience better and lasting?
Well, I believe you were. I mean, of course, during the session itself, and even outside the agreed timings. I mean, whenever I ask for a meeting or I have something that I'm not able to join for whatever, you try to accommodate to the request, and this matters a lot, even with your busy schedule. So you try to make yourself available, and this means a lot and mattered a lot with me. And even one of the things when I recommend to other people this course, I tell them that. I mean,
Mm.
somebody else might say, no, I'm too busy and I will never. No, you try to find the time, even if it's not within the 1 or 2 days. You try to make it happen. That matters a lot.
Okay. How would you say to someone that is on the fence? Because it's an investment. So somebody's at the fence in the beginning. How would he or she think about deciding whether he should do this mentorship program or not?
Um, well, it depends, of course, on each individual case. But for me, what would make sense is that think of it as um, well, few things. One of them is investment in yourself. You're learning something new, which is valuable. You can spend the time to do it yourself. It will probably take you much longer hours than what you've spent in this course. And time, I believe, is a very valuable commodity for many people. But it is an investment. And for the people on the fence, I mean, if you're able to harness this time and to find it with your schedules to go and do it on your own, do it on your own. But one, that it's a huge time investment. Two is that the experience matters, and I personally value experience a lot. I've seen it in my line of work and in many different forums that experience matter, and I always consider it smart to learn from other people's mistakes, and in this case, the other people's mistakes are yours. So,
Mhm.
so that's
Yeah.
that's what I would advise to other people is that that's what you're taking with this investment,
Okay.
saving time and other people's experience,
And avoiding mistakes. Yes, you said it.
avoiding mistakes.
The promise of the course is to show you how to do 24% and that you will be confident by the end of the 3 months to the point whereby you will go and do live trading and reap the 2%. Do you believe that the program delivered on its promise or there was like empty promises?
No, I think it did. Of course, I mean, it's an average, so 1 month might be higher, other months
Mm.
might be lower. But I believe over the course of 12 months in a given year, yes, it can be the case. If that year is a bearish market, maybe it will be challenging or will be harder to achieve that. But on average, on the long run, and this is what I believe what matters in this regard, that yes, on a specific short term, it might be higher, but it also might be lower. On
Mm.
average, I believe it's reasonable to assume the 24%.
Okay, got it. And uh, right now, do you feel in your ability to continue investing on your own after completing the program? By the way, did I try to sell another course after this course? Because a lot of people try to do that. Have I tried to
No.
sell you another course? No. Okay. So do you believe that that the 12 months got you to a point whereby you can start investing on your own with a
Yes.
certain level of confidence and relaxation?
Yes. Yes. Definitely.
Okay. If you had to sum up your experience in this program in one sentence, what would it be?
Um, in one sentence or one sentence. Okay. Saves you costly mistakes with hands-on experience.
Say that again.
Saves you costly mistakes with hands-on experience.
Saves you costly mistakes with hands-on experience. Okay, good. So comment on some of these elements about me. Patience, from what your experience with me in the 3 months.
Out of 10 or out of good,
Whatever
excellent?
you can do. It
Uh,
doesn't have to be amount of time. Just basically just comment. Like, was I patient sometimes? Was I impatient? Like, what? If you have to talk about me to somebody who is not here about patience, what would you
no,
say?
you are patient. No, I can say you are patient.
Okay. So how did you see that? Like, just talk a little bit. I know you're an engineer like me. You don't have to talk a lot,
Yeah,
but
yeah. So yeah, I'm more to the point. Yeah, but I think you're more tolerant to I would say sometimes our stupidity. So that is something that requires patience sometimes, and it's part of the learning curve that sometimes people might not understand the concept. No, you take the time to explain it, and if somebody doesn't understand it, maybe you rephrase it or you reshare it differently. So yeah, that you are patient. I can say that.
okay. How about the time? Like, how about the time in the class? Was it restricted to a certain time?
No, I think some instances, I mean, if it's a small audience because of absentees, it was shorter. Other times it was even longer than the planned 1.5 hours. So, I mean, you take, I mean, if the time is needed and there are no conflicts or commitments from your side, you give the time. So,
Okay. Was I accessible outside class?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
How about integrity?
Well, integrity, I mean, yes, I believe you have the right level of integrity. I mean, based on my own personal judgment, at least, yeah, what I have seen, yeah. So whatever you said, I mean, before the course, I saw it within the course. So that to me is a good test of integrity.
Would you recommend this program to others and why?
Yes, I would, and the reason is that it would save them time and costly mistakes.
Okay. Last question. If you go back 3 months, would you do this again?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Last thing is I'll be just give you 2, 3 minutes to say whatever you need to say. Any question I didn't ask, just comment on anything you want about the course. And again, you're talking to somebody who probably doesn't know me that much, but is there on the fence whether they should go into the program or not. So what would you tell?
I would tell them, I mean, I understand it's a costly investment, but it's an investment that would save you time and energy and costly mistakes. And I strongly believe in hands-on experience. I said it like almost 10 times by now, but I strongly believe in it. And I believe this course offers that, is that the hands-on experience is not just, I mean, you can follow a video on YouTube or whatever, but this will not give you the hands-on coaching, personalized experience. Like, no, you need to press this button in your case, or this is the show me your screen, and this is what you need to do, and this is that. So I believe this is something that is valuable. Also, Fadi as a trainer and as a coach, he's very accessible. He gives the time. I mean, we had multiple iterations actually. I mean, setting up the account and making sure that I have the right trading permissions and all of that. So this matters a lot. It's not like, this is, I already, you could have told me I already delivered the course, you go figure it out on your own. And
I already told you this, yeah.
I already told you this, go check this, go check that, and that's it. No, he spent really the time, and let's open and share your screen, press this button, press that button. What did they tell you, and what happened before? So he does spend the time and the effort, and I believe it's worth it. That's what I would say.
Omar, was a pleasure having you in the course. I know this will not be the end of it because we talk all the time and sometimes
Mhm.
we meet. So I'm happy that you started your first thing. That's a big milestone to have the first trade. Many more to come. So go multiply your money in a safe way. That's very important. And thank you for having this interview.
Thank you, Fadi, and yeah, we'll definitely be in touch.